Would you mind if we brought up my friend Steve Levy to the stage?
And Dan, speaking of Levy, I'm not allowed to talk when my voice gets tired. It's starting to get tired, so I will take my Levy as you welcome a new Levy.
All right, let's all thank Jeff for coming by.
Davis.
And let's all welcome Jeff's replacement. No pressure, Steve Levy.
Oh, man.
The new Jeff.
That is a lot of pressure. Oh, boy.
What's this? Detonate.
Steve, I just wanted to...
What's going on?
What's that? And tell me whenever I'm being forward and
Totally.
you don't want to talk or whatever, but just your love life, what's going on? Are you dating or whatever?
You know...
Just people want to know and like, but we don't have to know. It's
No.
right.
Look, I'm not dating.
Just talk slowly.
Oh. I'm not dating anybody.
Why'd you make him do that?
I thought it was going to be sexy.
Oh.
Sexy.
That's good listening, too.
You know.
All right, you're not dating anybody. Okay.
It's hard out there in the streets. Look, I'm on those Bumbles and I'm even on those Rayas, but...
You got on those Rayas?
I got on those
Steve
Rayas.
got into Raya. Sorry for yelling. Steve got into Raya.
What is that?
It's for famous people.
But I'm not
Steve.
famous. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here. I'm on Bumble.
What? I got to get you on Raya. Do you want
That's
to be
what
on
I've been saying.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Raya is. I'll try to explain it to Lorraine because that way maybe.
How do you know?
Well, I don't entirely know, so maybe we can access it if I try to explain it to Lorraine. It's one of the dating apps, but it's selective for
Famous people.
You start with the baseline of famous people, but then also it could be construed as rich people. It's basically like elite people, but it also turns out to be based on some algorithm that it has to do with Instagram followers, and that's it.
So it's
no, and you also need references, and to submit an application.
It's like an episode of Black Mirror.
It is. It's almost worse than that. Yeah, because it's sort of like it's. I'm sure nobody on it is complaining, but like I'm sure none of them want anyone else to know it exists because it makes such an easy target. It's just such an obscenely like elitist thing that would only draw derision from anyone that isn't able to get into it. You'd be like, oh my god.
Well, don't people have trouble admitting they're on a dating site to begin with?
Yeah.
Do they now these days?
Yeah, I mean, this app covers it up and like pretty much it just says like connecting. It doesn't even go into like, oh, this is a dating app. It's for professionals seeking other professionals.
Is that a true thing
like
though?
Craigslist.
Isn't being on an app? That's not a. Don't most people? You have young daughters. Like, don't they? Isn't it part of like youthful society to just like everybody's on 2 or 3 of these things? No,
They're on a lot of them, a lot of different ones, I think.
My kids.
Her daughters?
Oh no, just
Well,
no people in general.
they always seem to find people without that.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe for the Newmans.
Einbinders. That's
Yeah.
their name.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Anyway, that was a conversation stopper.
No. I gotta get back.
You got to get on there because it's,
Why can't I get on?
I couldn't get any Bumble matches, but on Raya, so many matches.
Why can't I get on Raya?
Did you try?
I'm famous.
Wait,
you have to try?
let me pull some strings, you know.
Yeah, no, pull some strings.
I'll get you on that Raya.
Hey, he got me first class to Boston.
I did. Yes.
That has to cost way more money than joining an app.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. Yes.
Didn't you say something about Raya being so exclusive that if they have to match you with people that are like all over the planet?
It's international. It's not just.
So you're really just getting matched. You're going like,
I'm matching with people in like Sweden, the
Hubba
UK,
Hubba,
America,
another famous
all over
person.
America.
Oh, it's the lead singer of the Icelandic rock
Of
band.
Sigur Rós,
Australian,
yeah.
Here's hoping we hook up one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's kind of exciting talking to people from other places.
Yeah, because they're famous.
Yeah, that's why, because they're famous.
It's a guarantee.
Look, it's kind of gross. I mean,
Oh, it's exceedingly gross.
Wait, I should have explained before I said, look, it's kind of gross, what I was going to say before saying. Anyway.
Steve's dick.
So when...
Look, it's kind of gross. My dick's on there. It's webbed.
There's so like all the other dating apps, you get a profile and there's a play button, and you hit the play button, and there's a really nice like
a company logo.
Are you allowed to be telling us this? Isn't
I
this
don't
how
know.
Bruce Lee died?
It's like a picture. It's like a picture presentation with whatever song you choose, which gives you a lot of.
This sounds so terrible.
It is terrible.
I showed Spencer.
Good business is where you find it.
It's a sizzle reel.
Oil.
It's like you lifting a weight.
Oh, a sizzle reel for dating. That, that is the end of
I
civilization.
haven't
as
seen
we
that
know it.
since the invention of. Remember when video dating first happened before it was. Oh,
Jeff might just be leaving because
oh, there's no back door.
Have you been back there?
We love you, Jeff.
Remember when before computer dating, it was video dating because video and then you'd get. I was a kid, but the idea was the modern and everyone was like, is this gonna ruin love? It's so systematized because you'd go to a place and then check out videos and take them into a private room and watch candidates, and then there'd just be like them against a backdrop, the same backdrop. Usually I go, my name's Maggie, and I like walks on the beach, and Jesus Christ.
Somebody posted those old videos on, I think, Facebook. They are hilarious. They really are. It's like bad family photos. It's that kind of thing.
yeah.
There's a big. I was listening. Yeah, this podcast, The Illusionist. It's like a
Helen
language
Zaltzman.
podcast. Yeah.
Great
podcast. And she had like a dating app kind of, I don't know, specialist expert or something. Somebody was talking about like profiles that get swiped or whatever the fuck. This is an interesting question, like whether you're supposed to lie to people, trick people, what the truth is, like what is charisma, what you know, like it's so primal and so ridiculous still. We got this whole new generation of kids. They're using these apps, but you can clearly, from what I'm hearing from their conversation, it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of morons doing the same things that we always did. Like, oh, it's just guys thinking that if you just treat a girl mean, it'll like, she'll be like, well, who's this bruiser? And sometimes they're right accidentally, and the fucking match made in hell, and now you're gonna have a serial killer.
Did anybody, oh God, anybody watch Nikki Glazer's show? She had this bit where she would create, God, let me just see if I can say this succinctly. It would be like an online dating thing, but we would see the chat. And the chat from her end would be so egregious and horrible. And the guess was, how long would the guy stay on? And it was hilarious. And isn't that a good story? Oh, God.
It is crazy, the disproportionate reality of like, like how like your average guy and how clueless like the average guy is
Or
versus
how
how
willing.
socialized for like I'll make anything work, and also I have a million ways out of this. Like the women who are like socialized to tolerate this shit. Like you like how early does that happen that like by 17 you can see it like the guys are just like hammerhead sharks. I don't know if that's how hammerhead sharks work. I just picture hammerhead sharks as like beating against a boat until it sinks. Otherwise, why would you shape a shark like that? I mean,
Drowning in pussy.
shape your sharks right, bro. Talking to you, God. Chesting up with my anti-nerd neck. Shape your sharks right. What are you, a nerd god? That was bad when I said drowning in pussy, right? I couldn't resist. I had to like.
That was so
It's
funny.
such a great visual.
Yeah, just the cannonball guy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what what I guess I just brought that up. I had nothing. That doesn't land anywhere. But you just like what you could
so anyway,
pull
this
any
gross
chat.
thing that I do.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I forgot to finish.
Did
that.
I interrupt
Sorry.
you?
Yeah,
a
I don't
million
know.
years ago.
Who cares? It's probably gonna suck anyway. But look, the profile, it links you to their Instagram. You can click on it. You can see if they're a cool person or not, but like the thing I always clock is how many Instagram followers they have, because they make it a requirement sort of for the app. And I'm like, oh, this person seems extra famous. Maybe I do. Maybe, like I weigh that in my consideration of whether I swipe left
That is
or right.
attractive.
What do you have to put in?
Thanks, Spence.
Yeah.
What
Well,
kind
this app
of
is for you, bud. I'm going to get you right on there.
when you set up your profile, what do you have to say?
Oh, I mean, you select however many pictures you want, then you go through like essentially Spotify and pick whatever song you want.
What song did you pick?
I picked Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Nice.
what are you gonna get with me? A smorgasbord.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
I'm not
think about
promising
it.
shit.
Yeah, look,
You're gonna get a
okay.
human being.
Great.
Ups
Yeah.
and downs, baby.
I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't think about it like that. I just like, I want them to know I like classic rock. I'm going to steer away from Dave Matthews, Led Zeppelin, right?
You dodged the
why
first
you steer away
bullet.
from Dave Matthews now?
Is that your dirty secret?
He
Yeah,
loved-
yeah.
Well, it's not a secret.
I mean, look, it's not a secret. I'm
it's
not
dirty, but it's
I'm
not,
not
a
in
secret.
I love them, but I don't want people judging me.
You're
based
aware
on
of the stigma.
Of course, there's a fucking stigma.
Spencer.
Well,
Go ahead. Go. Please.
At least it's not Nickelback.
Yeah.
I don't know why people bag on that band. I don't know their sound.
I don't know if I've
anything
heard.
about
I'm
them.
sure I've heard
But they're
Nickelback.
they're a punchline.
The
Yeah, I
name
know.
is-
I,
Why?
well, I always hear bands like that. I'll hear the band name because I'll see a stand-up comic or something. They'll go like, "At least I'm not Husenfussen," and then I'll be like, "Boy, I gotta stay away from this Husenfussen." And then I'll find out 6 months later. I'm like, "I love this guy's the toe tapping jukebox song, Husenfussen." They're the guys that did Straw Digger.
Square Pusher.
Straw Digger.
Nickelback is just a funny sounding name.
Yeah, it's like Pennywise.
That could be. It's got a bunch of K's in it.
What's that?
It is like Pennywise.
Are you a Pennywise fan since you don't like Pennywise?
And how?
Yeah. Did you like the new Pennywise?
I did.
Did you like the old Pennywise?
I did. Oh God, yeah. Tim Curry,
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, Dan. Tim Curry. Did you like that, Dan?
I thought it was a little long. The original
miniseries?
It,
Yeah.
But we always get through the whole thing whenever we watch it.
That and Langoliers. Did you like Langoliers? Langoliers. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say now because I didn't want to like I don't know. I get so Stephen King's son, which I'm sure he does not want to be known as because he's an author.
Joe
Yeah.
Hill.
Joe Hill, great writer.
He came to the
Yeah.
Boston show, and it's like, you've met him? Have you seen a photo of him?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Dude, how dense is that Stephen King gene? It was like how much other people do you have to add to Stephen King's cum? Before
Dilute it.
And the answer, because he brought his kids, and his kids were like, I was like, okay, now we're cooling down a little here. And Stephen King, by the way, I want to make it clear, not an ugly man. I think he's got a very curious handsomeness, and his son is like
curious
all the more rugged and
That's what I'd like to be described as. A curious, handsome.
but so specific. It's just like, oh, Stephen King. Oh my God, Stephen King. Holy shit, Stephen fucking King.
Yeah, we got to call you something different.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just found that remarkable. I would like to do. Are your kids? Do you feel like you thrust that onto? Do your daughters look like little Lorraine clones, or
My older one does.
no?
Yeah.
Do you feel good or bad about that?
I feel so guilty. No. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. They both are. I know everybody says that about their kids, but mine really are.
How old are they?
26 and 23.
Oh man, just little adults.
There.
Is it apotheosis? Are you like? So
I don't
you're
know
like,
what that word
Well,
means.
I'm becoming God. Like Jesus. There's a
Yeah,
person.
Dan, you know, when you cook a person, inside of you, it's nothing like it.
Like when they get to that age, I was like oh, so it's like Jesus, like 23. It's kind of like it must be like if their life becomes a mess at that point, it's almost funny.
You know, you are a sociopath.
Like if you like gave them, if they were like happy at 22 and then you saw them at 23 and they're like, Mom, what happened? You'd be like, well, I don't know, but it ain't on me.
I do.
And at this point, I'm just kind of interested to see this parallel version of me that has got too much into Alex Jones or whatever it is. This is the difference. Like, I guess you get him to, isn't it? Or I guess you tell me you're a mom.
I do not understand your point.
Okay.
At
So when your daughter comes to you and she's 40 and she's like, Mom, I'm fucked up. I made a huge mistake, or I did the thing that. Of course, part of you is going to be, I want to help you in any way I can because I'm your mom. But also, you're telling me right now is part of you is going to be like, this is my fault, maybe a little bit. Like,
all. Oh, always, yeah.
even though they had
Always.
all this time to.
Yeah, but
That's sweet. I like that.
it's the condition. It's the mom condition.
I like that. That's nice. Do you think that might be like a mom thing, or is it a parent thing?
Well, I think it's a parent thing. Absolutely. Yeah.
But especially with moms.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know. I come from a very nice
Long line of
woman.
parents.
Jewish family. I don't know.
We never got to hear about the RISD. What is it called?
Raya?
Right. We never got to hear about it. We keep interrupting.
Well,
you.
right.
yeah.
It sounds like it's going
Well,
either
I know.
perfectly or horribly, and there's no difference.
What's
Yeah.
your video? What's the video you had to make?
I just put a bunch of pictures.
Oh.
So, have you met up with anybody?
I have not, but I've spoken with a bunch of people. A lot of them live all over the world. It's hard to meet up.
That's fantastic. I love that.
But I made some new long distance friends, which is
Hell
fine,
yeah.
right? That's nice.
I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
I guess famous people should be more poised and globalist and friendly.
Yeah.
Famous people should be more friendly.
Yeah, because their fame is their fortune.
Right.
Like, well, I'm not gonna be famous by being grouchy towards some Icelandic guitarist. It's good practice for bigger levels of fame.
What would be your song, Dan? To
To
best describe you in your montage.
Take Me Home by Phil Collins.
Take Me Home. How's that go?
Well, the important part of the lyrics that I would want a prospective mate to hear is,
Oh,
I can turn off my feelings like I'm turning off a light.
Oh.
yeah.
I feel like it's important to know. It
front
absolves
load that.
them of a certain amount of responsibility.
Right.
And it warns them. Okay, not as funny as I thought,
No.
because you detected more not as untrue as I would like to believe.
It is good advice.
That was the old reversal of okay. I thought it would be one of those things where
Spencer, what would your theme song be?
Dave Matthews. I think that Steve made a grave error by not going with Dave
It's too on the
Matthews.
nose.
Right.
It's too, I just, But I think yours would be that Teen Titans song. How does that one go?
There's this song. It's not funny to explain. There's a song called "Night Begins to Shine." It's fun to listen to on repeat, like for 2 hours straight. It's really good.
And he's done it. I've been there.
Oh, Steve's been there.
But Spencer's version of it's great. Can you give us a little bit of it?
I don't know. Are we gonna get sued?
No.
What do you?
No, go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead, no.
who
Just a
cares?
piece
Let's
of-
get sued.
That's just a piece of the hook, dude.
We've done everything else on this podcast. Let's get sued.
No.
We're going to court. All right, hold on. It's Phil.
Teen Titans coming at you. Bigger than regular teens, that's true. Each of them is bigger than you and they're teens.
I'm gonna fast forward.
This guy loves this song.
Night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. Shine begins to shine. the night begins to
We'd be on the road,
shine.
and there'd be like just a silence, and Spencer will just.
And this will seem loaded, Lorraine, and you can lie if you want, but your 23-year-old, is she single?
She doesn't tell me.
Steve
Okay.
doesn't need any help. Get me on Raya.
I was
Jesus Christ.
trying to set you up with a Lorraine Newman clone that
I'm too easy. I go off half cocked. That's what's known about me.
I had you this close to SNL legacy.
I blew it.